know me as Abdul Kabir Rakib. To the people out there, I'm presently incarcerated in a federal prison, finishing up a 10-year sentence for possession of a firearm by felons. I would like to share with you my present situation and the situation of countless men and women of color who have gotten caught up in the web of the prison system, whether it be city, state, or federal. As a 49-year-old Muslim man who comes from the nation's biggest city, New York City, I've come to know and learn that city, state, federal government, including elected officials, have systematically targeted the black and the brown. I know you are saying to yourself, how do I know this? For one, the facts and numbers don't lie, and two, I am witnessing with my own two eyes every day. My short analysis shows that this country, which is comprised of the red, black, brown, and white folks from the north to the south and from the east to the west, has a total population of approximately under 320 plus million people, 220 million, 47 million of brown, 38 million of black, and 3 million of red. As we look at the prison population or sentenced prisoners, statistics went like this. Violent crime for whites was 49%. Violent crime for blacks was 55%. And violent crime for Hispanics was 57%. Property crimes was 24% for whites, 15% for blacks, 15% for Hispanics. Drug offenses for whites was 15%, blacks 20%, and Hispanics 17%. So it is obvious to those who are willing to stop, look, and listen that there was a problem, there is a problem, and there will be a problem unless we take the necessary steps to correct these problems. And please don't think for 1 second that I'm condoning these illicit behaviors, because I'm not. But the first step is to at least acknowledge it. Let's briefly talk about the recent approach of the Trump administration and his Attorney General appointment of Mr. Sessions. Mr. Sessions recently announced that his office was reiterating its tough stance on drug offenders, considering outgoing Attorney General Mr. Holder a few short years ago asked prosecutors to lower the standards for drug offenders. This new approach by Attorney General Sessions says some critics will once again increase the prison population. City, state, federal, and elected officials need to find ways to reduce mass incarceration and focus their energy and resources on reducing recidivism. Personally speaking, I'm presently in what is called the Second Chance Pell Grant Pilot Program, which was reintroduced by former President Barack Obama. The program is assisting me in achieving a forgotten dream of receiving a degree in business administration. They say it ain't never too late to teach an old dog new tricks, and this old dog was using knowledge acquired to escape the rat race. And just maybe I can get back to my community, what I've been seeking for so long. I thank the folks at Another Said for this opportunity to express my thoughts and feelings. And if anything that I said has stirred some emotion, feel free to write me and share your thoughts and feelings. Once again, my name is Maurice Kramrati, also known as Abdul Kabir Rakib, and I can be reached at Maurice Kramrati, ID number 21384-056. And I'm at FCI Bennisville, P.O. Box 5, 2020, Bennisville, South Carolina, 29512.
Hello, my name is Eugene Kelly. I'm 32 years old, and I was born and raised in Washington, D.C. This is my story, and I want the whole world to know who I am and what I'm going through in prison. So I'm going to speak my mind freely in this letter I wrote. For the people in the real world, open your eyes and pay close attention. This is my life that I'm fighting for. And I have to speak up for myself and others in order for people in the real world to really fully understand what we go through in prison. The world will not know if we don't tell y'all. Hopefully this message will reach out to all families, friends, and loved ones, because we need the love and support from all of them. You will never understand what we go through in these prisons unless you've been in our shoes or situations before. So I'm going to tell the truth and nothing but the truth. So please don't judge me. I'm only human. I want the whole world to know that I am an innocent man who was accused of murder in 2011. 2013, I went to trial and I lost, and I was sentenced to 6 to 7 years in prison. I was convicted of a crime because of the word of a known snitch who fabricated his story. A known snitch who was an informant for over 20 years. A snitch's motive to lie just to receive the homicide reward money. A person who I thought was my friend for over 20 years lied in court just to get me convicted. Regardless if this person lied or tell the truth, snitch is a snitch and would do it by any means. I did not have a fair trial, and my lawyer did not represent me to its full potential. The government's case was weak, and they relied on one witness. The government played dirty games and withholding exculpatory evidence that can exonerate me. These judges, prosecutors, and lawyers do each other favors and sell us out by getting us to take a plea deal. They tried to scare us by saying, if you don't take this plea, if you go to trial and lose, you will never go home to your family. So a lot of us don't take the plea, and we're basically forced to go to trial. We lose trial because our public defender lawyers don't represent us effectively. Why you think it's so many men and women incarcerated all over the world? It's a no-win situation for us. If only the world knew how the court system works. It's designed for us to fail and basically to let us die in prison. A lot of us are still in prison because we can't afford to pay for paid lawyers, and our families can't afford to pay for paid lawyers either. So instead, we're stuck with the public defender lawyers that don't want to help us get our freedom back. We are not lawyers, and we don't understand or know the law, so we have to study and feed off of each other. About the time we do learn the law, it might take us about 10, 20, or 30 years just for us to get some kind of relief from the court. Before you know it, we've probably done about 30 years before we figure out how the court system screwed us. This is not fair to us. Every day that we're incarcerated, the government makes thousands of dollars off of each prisoner. If there was no prisoners incarcerated, then the government wouldn't have a job. Makes sense, right? My life has been taken away from me because of the snitch who lied. The government presented false testimony, and the government knew it was false. This has ruined my whole life. I lost my family, my friends, and so much more. I have an 8-year-old daughter named Zariah Kelly. I've been incarcerated since she was 2 years old. It's sad to say, but I barely know my own daughter. She asks her mother about me every day, cries out for me, but what could I do? I'm living in another whole world, which is prison, a place where nobody knows where I am, a place where people don't know what's going on in my life, or even know I'm dead or alive. Once you're in prison with a lot of time like me, let us stop coming in, stop sending pictures, money. Nobody wants to come visit you. People stop answering your phone calls. That's when you know that things are all bad. As time passes by, eventually people will forget about you and move on with their life. It's like you don't even exist to people in the real world anymore. What scares me the most, wondering if I will ever get out of prison one day. All I have in this world to support me is my mother, who's been fighting cancer for 2 to 3 years. It scares me every day because my mother's all I have. God forbid, but if my mother dies, I have no one to depend on because everyone else has turned their back on me. The things I'm going through right now, I would rather die than to deal with all the stress. So I'm telling the world my story, and I really need y'all help in the world. I was told that Fund of Justice helped donate thousands of dollars speaking to prison for our cause help to get us paid lawyers to get us out of prison. If it's true, I hope and pray that somebody in the real world can help me by donating money for my cause so I can get a paid lawyer and get out of prison so I can get back with my daughter. Thank you all for taking the time out of your day to listen to my story. I'm a good man, but I wasn't an angel either, and everyone has a past. We live and we learn from our mistakes. Nobody is perfect. These last 6 years in prison has changed my life around. I pray every night and beg God to give me a second chance, get my freedom back. God bless you all, and thank you for listening. Again, my name is Eugene Kelly. My federal inmate number is 35795-007. I'm located at the United States Penitentiary, Lee County, P.O. Box 305, Jonesville, VA, zip code 24263. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Edwin Ruby. I am currently confined in a federal prison serving a 40-year sentence for a nonviolent marijuana offense. I have been away from my family and children for the last 19 years. Sadly to say, my family continues to struggle and miss me with no resolution or reprieve to be reunited with them. My parents and children have cried and pleaded most of those years, asking for my release and a second chance at life. Unfortunately, the government is only lenient toward those who provide substantial assistance. Interestingly enough, I have taken responsibility for my past criminal behavior. Over the years, I have graduated from college, and I serve as a mentor to others through rehabilitation programs. I also serve as a Christian lay leader during religious services. In addition, I'm also writing a book on rehabilitation from drug addiction and criminal behavior. So why am I still in prison after 19 years served for a nonviolent marijuana offense? The answer to that question is very simple. It is due to lack of public awareness and public support from the community. Because my family has tirelessly petitioned for my freedom at all levels of government, and their petitions have fallen on deaf ears and have been scorned. They have entreated those in authority only to be continually told no. Therefore, as a last resort, my family is campaigning a fundraiser and a new clemency petition to President Donald Trump asking for my release and freedom. But this cannot be accomplished without public support from the community such as yourself. Your individual support is needed. Your individual support matters as a whole. Your individual support will move the mountains of injustice and ultimately give my family a positive resolution in attaining my freedom and release after 19 years. Please help my family's cause, being mindful that we're all bound by the spirit of love and cooperation. And let us remember always that every once in a while in life, we are given the opportunity to extend our individual effort and support in order to give birth to love in action, which in return transforms our world into a better place. Please, please help my family, my children, and myself. You may help my family's cause for public awareness by contacting my brother, Trayvon, at 256-468-9713, or you can text me via core links at 878-313-2017, or you can write me at Edwin Rubiz, 79282-079, FCI-Talladega, PMB 1000, Talladega, Alabama 35160. We will gladly inform you about the steps you may implement with us in order to help our cause, or help us with suggestions, as we will be pleased to receive them. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
My name is Derry Nelson. In 1985, I was convicted of felony murder, kidnapping, and carrying a weapon in Washington, D.C. in D.C. Superior Court. My trial attorney was Petty Marshall. The prosecutor was Jeffrey B. During the course of that trial, an expert witness by the name of FBI agent Michael P. Malone, he testified and he held a clinic on hair for about an hour and a half, and he told the jury that my hair was found at a crime scene. The trial lawyer, Petty Marshall, she never told the jury that the findings as to whether I fired a gun or not was never revealed. Dr. Quinn said, and I quote, "There was no barium antimony on my hands, no more than any other citizen in Washington, D.C. walking down the street. My hands did not have the level to substantiate that I had fired a gun." If that was not bad enough, this agent, Michael P. Malone, who testified on Judge Alcee Hastings, why did the lawyer in this case, Petty Marshall, not tell the court this agent was a rogue agent? Why didn't the prosecutor tell the court, ladies and gentlemen, this agent is a rogue agent, he has testified falsely, and Congress can bear witness to that? Why is it that jury never knew that the person who was sworn in as an expert, and when the courtroom swears a person in as an expert, you are placing your stamp of approval on his testimony? Why is it right now in 2017, the 22nd of May, nothing has been done to give me my freedom? Nobody has made an apology for the wrong that was done. I beg you, go to the website, National Whistleblowers in Washington Post, April 17, 1997, and type in the name BERRISNELSON and click on the evidence box for yourself and see the truth. Don't take my word for it. Read it yourself. How could this ever happen? And if this is the process by which all cases are handled, we need to revamp the entire justice system. If this is the method in which you seek a conviction, the Supreme Court is clear when it says you cannot tell a lie for the sake of a conviction and arrest an innocent man. That is wrong. The jury never had a chance to hear the truth, and you stole the reasonable doubt from Derry Nelson. That jury was entitled to know the truth, that the person who was testifying against the 23-year-old boy, that the jury needed to know that that person was a serial perjurer. Somebody needs to ask the question, what was your motive, Agent Malone, for lying? Was he affiliated with a certain type of group, or did he have another axe to grind? How many times did this particular agent do that? Well, the report from the Attorney General makes it clear as a glass of water. This agent has testified over 250 times, and he knows exactly how to win a jury over with his bogus scientific testimony to a jury that doesn't know any better. I don't blame the jury, but I blame those who have taken a vow to uphold the Constitution and a vow to protect the defendant. I blame you for not doing your job and securing me as a human being, because that's what I was and am. So therefore, I lay in a cage every day like an animal who have committed a crime, and the only crime that has been committed is that those who wore a badge and a gun have testified falsely to deceive a jury, fraud upon the court, and I've laid in in this cage for 32 years in Butler, North Carolina in this prison, and that is unconscionable. The malfeasance of the man, Michael P. Malone, hair and forensic specialist. I am sad that after paying taxes and living in Washington, D.C., I have been treated in this way, and the disrespect that I have had to undergo, the torture that I have had to undergo from SWAT teams and riots and all of the other conditions and the poor health that I now have to deal with every day. This is because of Michael P. Malone and his bogus testimony. In a deposition in 2012, he testified in the case of Donald Eugene Gates, and Michael P. Malone himself said he knew during the 20 years he worked for the FBI that he was lying. In the case of Derry Nelson, I am Derry Nelson at Butler Medium in North Carolina, and I beseech you to help.
My name is Solomon Montego. I've been incarcerated in the federal system for approximately 20 years now on the crack cocaine conspiracy, on the life sentence. I received a life sentence for crack cocaine. My issue is this. Everybody, Congress, the President, Obama, senators, representatives, everybody has deemed the crack law unfair and unjust. And I just want to know, why am I still serving a life sentence for crack cocaine? I was indicted with co-conspirators of about 16 of us. All of them is home except me. And I want to know, why am I still in prison under this unfair and unjust law deemed the crack law? This law has downed us as a nation, as the world, as a people of color. This law is very unfair. I have changed my life, done things that I'm supposed to do correct, and I feel that I deserve a second chance. All I have is a crack case, and I don't feel that I deserve a life sentence for that. And I appreciate if anybody out there can hear me, can fight for this cause. It should be 1-to-1. I don't know why this issue is not 1-to-1. It was deemed unfair from the gate, and all I want is a chance, a fair chance at society again. And I thank you, and I appreciate it. You can contact my daughter, Tiki Mitchell. Her phone number is 815-516-6916 concerning any issues that I talked about. Thank you, and I appreciate it.
Hey, y'all. I'm reporting live from Bentonville, FCI, located in South Carolina. My name is Tyrese Smith. I'm inmate number 14535-171, and I'm reaching out for the Tell the World cause because I want everybody to know my situation. I was a teenager when I got locked up back in 2006, and I'm currently still behind these walls fighting for my freedom, or rather for earlier release. I got sentenced to 481 years, 924 stacking. I want y'all to know y'all can reach me at 513-332-9394. Again, y'all can reach me 513-332-9394. I'm looking for support in any type of way. Legal, emotional, mentally, whatever. Just holler at me or holler back. Appreciate